Hello Gemini, welcome to your April 2024 reading. My name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. Forgot to give you the spiel. Okay, so what we have on the table here is the beginning of your month, the middle of your month, the end of your month, your warnings, your potential blessings, and then we have what's coming. We have a sneak preview for next month. So let's get started. There's a lot here. I do want to say that we did pull a witch's rune here, and this is the rune that's pulled when three things or three people are involved. So you might be in the middle of a third party situation, or you might be trying to juggle more than one thing. The ring in the center is you. The two rings attached to you are other things that are attached to you. Two other things. You do have the Queen of Cups at the beginning of the month, and this could be, this is obviously, it could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could be a male or a female for this reading. It is somebody that comes with a soft heart, somebody that is there for you, somebody that is, I don't think it's you. I mean, in some readings, it obviously could represent a Gemini with water placements, but I really get the feeling this is somebody else, somebody who is benevolent. Here is the Knight of Swords. There is something rushing in towards you here, Gemini, and I can't help but think it's positive, because between the Queen of Cups here, giving birth to it, and the Ace of Swords coming out of it, this is a whole row of positive things. You have love, you have something rushing in, and you have the Sword of Truth in the upright in a positive way. I can't help but think this is all good stuff. You have here with your oracle cards, you have, to exemplify this, the wishing well, so you might have a wish that actually comes true. You have the compass, and the compass is in reverse, and so when the compass is in reverse, we have to question where we're putting all our energy. If you are a believer in the law of attraction, what you concentrate on is what will increase. If you're going to concentrate on your finances, chances are they will increase, as long as you're concentrating on a positive way, right? If you're concentrating on problems, they will also increase. Where the compass tells us that where our energy is who our God is. So what are you praying to? Are you praying to problems, or are you praying to solutions? Are you thinking constantly about someone in your life who's causing issues? Or are you trying to branch out and think about the people in your life that perhaps aren't doing that? All in all, I see very positive things. And you have here, in mid-month, you have the Lovers, which is, of course, the card of Gemini. But, more than that, it's the card of positive choices. It's a card of being right next to the Queen of Cups. This could be a relationship, a partnership that blossoms from this person. It's positive, and in the center of your reading, mid-month, the card in the center of your reading that sort of feeds off all these other cards is the card of manifestation and the card of wishes coming true. So Gemini, you expect good things. Expect good things. You do have the Hanged Man, and it could be when you're in Piscean energy, but more than that, when you're in this introspective energy, you might get some sort of an idea. A light bulb might go off in your head here, Gemini. So definitely pay attention to that. It's with this sort of truth and clarity that gives birth to that, and I can't help but think it's positive somehow. You do have the mortification card here, and this is not only something that is dead, this is something that is past their due date. It's something that needs to be thrown out. It's death. It's mortification. You can't you can't really bypass this, but at the same time, I think you need to recognize what is finished in your life and just do away with it. You have a lot of good cards here, so there's really no reason to dwell, right? You do have the Judgment in reverse. This is fixed energy, and towards the end of the month, you could make a judgment call that might not be in your best interest, or it might be someone else's judgment that is askew, somebody that is not thinking particularly clearly. You do have this, which is you. This is the Two of Wands, which is you making plans. This is probably the best reading I've seen for Gemini in a very long time. You're making plans, and here is the Star card ending your month, which is healing after a Tower moment, which is, it could have something to do with an Aquarian for sure, but more than that, this is healing. This is your hopes and dreams, and they're alive, and it's attached to this manifestation. This is pretty good. And on top of that, you have the bird in the cage. Now, you might have, I know in your readings you've been feeling pretty stuck energy. I feel stuck, but I have to tell you, this oracle card really tells a story about a bird in a cage with the door wide open. You can leave at any time. You can pull away from this situation at any time. You're not stuck at all. I mean, these are not the cards of a human being who's stuck. This is the cards of a human being with a lot of potential for a lot of great things. Not good things, but great things. And you just have to see it. You just have to see this open door. You may not see it. There are 3 people involved in this, so you might have to, including yourself, and you may have to cut that down to 2 in order to flourish. I mean, there's just no other way to put this stuff. So now let's move on to your warnings. Really good reading, Gemini. My God, really good reading. You do have, now in your warnings column, you do have the Magician in reverse, and this might be you or someone close to you. The Magician in reverse is someone who manipulates, who lies, who isn't very good. This is in your warnings column. So this is either the spirit warning you not to do this, to stay true, to stay with this clarity and this sort of truth rather than this, or it could be someone in your life who is extremely manipulative that spirit is warning you about. You do have the King of Swords reversed. This is the sign of Aquarius, and I have to tell you, it's not an Aquarian that's happy. It's not the King of Swords reverse is not a nice Aquarian. This is someone who's not happy. So this is a warning. Many people think this is an air sign in general, so this could represent you being a Gemini. But this is a warning either between the Magician and the King of Swords reversed. It's either a warning about someone in your life, a fellow air sign, or it's a warning for you not to slip into any kind of deception or bad attitude. You do have this, trying to juggle 2 things. And, you know, this goes along, this looks very similar to this. If you look at it, right, it looks very similar. And that is a warning. You may have been trying to juggle 2 things. It may be time not to do that. I think the juggling of these 2 things has caused a lot of problems in your life, and it might be time to let something go. You have here in your blessings, you do have the Ace of Cups in reverse, and this is either you eliminating a cup, and this is a blessing, or it's somebody walking away from you. But either way, this is a blessing. This is something that you need to do. Something is past its expiration date. You moving forward in Cancerian energy in that Chariot, really getting somewhere and stepping into this fire energy, which I really like for you. It's very, very non-cerebral. I think a lot of your readings are extremely cerebral to the point of almost a fault. You live in your head a lot. And sometimes when you do that, you don't accomplish things on the outside because your head is so busy going round and round and round. And I see a lot of progression in this reading. I see a lot of movement in this reading. I see a lot of recognizing things, maybe understanding what happened, maybe coming across clear and concise, light bulbs going off, healing, rushing in to grab those manifestations. There's good upon good upon good here, Gemini. Really, truly. At the bottom of this deck here, we have the synchronicity card, which is something you need to start looking out for. Synchronicities, 1111, 444, things like that. When you start to see these synchronicities, look them up on the internet to find out their meaning. But most of all, just pay attention to them, because it means you're on the right track here. You do have this, which this is sort of the card of, how do I put this? This is a card of someone perhaps practicing magic in the background. I don't know if you are into spell work and stuff like that. If you're not, then perhaps someone in your life is doing that very thing. And I would say that's if you're not doing spell work, that could be looked at as a little bit of a warning to make sure you're not being manipulated that way. You do have here the Queen of Pentacles. There might be an earth sign in your life that may not be particularly happy, male or female. But you do have right under that, and I'm trying not to go too far into these decks, but you do have this card again. You have the Two of Cups. I mean, it's the card of... It is the card of reconciliation. It is the card of newfound love. It doesn't have to be old love. It could be new love. You do have here a love offer that is going to come in. And you do have peaks of joy, which is pure, unadulterated joy. I am very proud of you, Gemini. Man, this is a really, really good reading. It's a reading of someone who probably has learned some lessons about themselves and the people around them. Very, very, very impressive. Show me the beginning of the month for Gemini. You do have Bear, and it says danger, especially in money matters. Okay, listen, I don't see that, but I do see poking a bear in some way, like with this. Remember when I said that sounds like this is an Aquarian who isn't very happy? There is danger there. I mean, there is some danger there for sure. Don't poke the bear. I think you need to at least be aware of it. But I don't see any. I see so much good in this that I honestly can't get behind that being a huge danger to you unless you really screw this up somehow. You have a lot of potential here, Gemini. Don't screw it up. You see readings like this very rarely. Show me mid-month for Gemini. Mid-month. Don't poke the bear, Gemini. You have a younger woman, dealings and relationships with a younger woman. This might have something to you yourself might be a younger woman. You might be involved with a younger woman, or maybe this thing has to do with a younger woman. But there is a younger woman involved in this somehow, some way. Show me the end of the month for Gemini here. January. There's something that could, well, January is also the month of Aquarius. You have the star here. You have Aquarius all over this reading. There might be an Aquarian in your life that is prominent in this reading. You also something might have occurred in January that is continuing now. Yeah, there might have been something that happened in January, but there is a big freeze here. There's something that happened in January. So let me know whether this is an Aquarian in your life, because it's pretty fascinating. Show me the warnings when it comes to Gemini, please. Show me the warnings. You have two cards. You have warning you of a problem either now or in the future. Yeah, I mean, there was a problem here with somebody being manipulative perhaps, or angry. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. You're on the right path here, Gemini. You're on the right path. I mean, I've said it over and over again, but I'm glad that came out for you. You have a lot of great things. I can't say it enough. Show me the end. Show me the blessings. Show me the blessings for Gemini. Dark woman. Dealings or relationships with a dark woman. So you might have a dark. There might be two women involved in this. You might have one. Dark woman could mean many things. It could mean someone who's dark in complexion, someone who has dark hair, someone who has a dark soul. But in the blessings column, I would say that this might have something to do with there's something going on with women in this reading, you know, and I don't know whether this is good or bad. I think one of them is not very nice, so you should absolutely let me know, because this is fairly interesting. It just is. It's a very interesting reading. And look at the bottom of this deck. You have Dark Man. Wow. Interesting, Gemini. Very interesting. There's people involved in this, because under that there's the Fair Man. Usually don't go that far into these decks, but usually these human cards don't come out like this altogether. So there are people involved in this situation. Yeah, for sure. There's at least 3 people involved in this situation, and it says so here on the rune as well. Fascinating. As usual, Gemini. Beware of manipulation. Manipulation came out a couple of times. I'm going to pull a manifestation card for you. Show me for Gemini. It says mask, secrets, secret stash, finding that you might. I don't know. When I see the mask card, I usually think of a very manipulative energy. There is a manipulative energy around you, Gemini. This is someone that wears a mask. Someone that is not who they say they are, someone who may be manipulating things in the background. But with that said, you have way too many good things on this table to really give it too much thought. You're going to be looking at this in your rear view mirror for sure. Too many good cards. I wish you all the luck. You don't need the luck. Let me know in the comments what this is.
Good night. And always remember, that's